In the past month or two, there have been quite a lot of new foundation releases, and many of them seem to gear towards more of that glowy finish. And today I have two of them. This is the Guerlain Teint Glow Foundation, and then we have the Givenchy Prisme Libre Glow Serum Foundation. And I thought it would be interesting to do a side-by-side comparison and wear test, because I have been testing out both of these foundations. I love them both, and I thought it would be helpful for you guys to see these side-by-side because they have very similar claims. They both have medium coverage, buildable, and they're supposed to have that beautiful glowy skin. Both have skincare ingredients. So I really thought that putting these side by side would be helpful for you and for me, because honestly, I'm leaning towards one of them because I've been probably testing it out for a little bit longer, but I want to see how these compare. So that's what we're doing today. We're doing a full day wear test, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Grab yourself something to drink and let's get started. Let's start with a Guerlain foundation. This is $65. And the packaging is absolutely stunning. I love the Guerlain packaging. I think it looks very luxurious. This top right here has that beautiful, you see it right there, that design. And I love the original terracotta lit tint foundation. This is more of a natural finish to matte. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not quite half done, but I love that one so much. This is in 2N and I bought in 2W. In the glowy because I feel like they pulled a little bit pinkish, so I went with the warm one. The finish of this foundation is a glowy finish, and it says that it is hydrating, and also it is a buildable long wearing formula. It says here on the bottle it's 95% naturally derived ingredients. Let's see what other details they can give us. The formula delivers 24-hour radiance and 48-hour hydration, no transfer. That's a long time. We will not be testing that out. But key ingredients, normally water, mother of pearls, and argan oil. So in short, it is a glowy, hydrating, medium buildable coverage foundation. And then we have the Givenchy foundation. This is $61, so a little cheaper than the Guerlain. This also has medium coverage, a hydrating, glowy, luminous finish, and also has some skincare ingredients. It says here micro hyaluronic acid, ceramides, yuzu extract, and prismatic light technology, whatever that means. In the Givenchy, I have 3W, and in the Guerlain, 2W. The texture of the Guerlain is a little bit more liquidy. As you can see, it kind of runs down. Whereas the Givenchy, it's still liquidy, but it feels a little bit thicker than the Guerlain. The Guerlain feels almost like water. The Givenchy has a little bit more creaminess to it. This one straight up feels like water. So those are the two color comparison. Right now, they may be just a little bit dark for me. I am not tan at all, but we'll make it work. Let's start with the Guerlain. I'm gonna put a little bit on my hand. And because this is so liquidy, I actually like to kind of swipe it on and then blend it in. It's actually beautiful with your hand. You can just kind of rub it into your skin with your hand, but I will use a foundation brush. I'm not sure if this is going to be too light. Oh, it's going to be good. It's been too light because I had a tan last week when I started testing it out, so it was a little light, but it actually fits really well now with my natural skin tone. And I did try the 2.5 one, and it just looked a little bit pink undertone. This one works so well. So both of these blend in so nicely, so easy. It's just such an easy foundation. And I did not put any primer because I want to see how these look side by side. This is going on so smoothly. You can see that hydrating kind of glowy finish, but it does set. However, I will put some powder under my eyes like always. Okay, that is one thin layer of the Guerlain foundation. It feels very watery. It doesn't even feel like a serum necessarily, just feels like water. It's that thin. It almost looks like I just have some moisturizer on and not really a foundation. Okay, let's do a close-up of the Guerlain. Here is Guerlain. And with nothing, I will say my skin has been doing really well because I've had some treatments done, like microneedling, and the skin has been skinning lately. The only thing that I have is dryness because I've been sick for 2 weeks now. My nose is still runny. I'm still struggling. So there's definitely a lot of dryness around here, which is good that we're testing these out because these are hydrating. So that's the issue that I have with my skin right now. But that is the Guerlain. You guys noticed just how fast and easy that was to blend out. It literally took me seconds. And sometimes I'll just use my hand and just rub it in. So right now I would say the coverage is medium. Like I feel like my freckles are kind of covered, but you still see through it. I didn't need to use a lot of foundation. So I feel like it's a true medium coverage. Now let's go to the Givenchy. And this one has just a little bit more thickness to it. It's still very, very thin. Both of these are honestly very similar, but if I had to pick one that's thinner, it would be the Guerlain. So let's blend this one in. Okay, so with this foundation, I notice the biggest blur to my skin the second I apply it. I'm hoping the camera will be able to pick this up, because to me, whenever I first got it and I put it on, I was like, wow, that was just shocking to see how smooth and blurring my skin looked like. So that is the first thing I've noticed when I was testing out this foundation, and the shade seems to work pretty well. I mean, honestly, both shades are working together pretty well. We'll see if they oxidize. I haven't noticed any oxidation. The only thing is with these glowier foundations, you need to make sure you let them set, and that's going to be the correct shade. Oxidation is different than the foundation drying down. That means throughout the day, it's going to get deeper and maybe more orange, but I haven't noticed any of that. Okay, so initial thoughts is that the Guerlain is glowier than the Givenchy. The Givenchy to me looks a little bit blurrier, smoother. You still have that beautiful glow. I did do a reel on the Givenchy online, just so you know. If you're interested, you can go there. But the Guerlain, I feel like I'm going to confuse the names because they're both with G. Guerlain seems glowier on the skin right now. And the Givenchy looks to me a little bit smoother. In terms of scent, Guerlain has a pretty strong scent, just like all their other ones. And then the Givenchy has a scent as well. It's just not as potent as the Guerlain. Thought I would mention that in case you're sensitive. Let's do a zoom in. So here we have the foundation side by side, Guerlain and the Givenchy. Here is the side, and then Guerlain. Do you guys see any difference on camera? I will take you in natural light and in different kind of using different cameras and different lightings to show you how everything looks like. But right now, they seem similar, right? I've kind of mentioned already the thing that I noticed the most. I think the Givenchy looks just a little bit more blurred and smooth, and the Guerlain looks a little bit glowier. And looking up close at the pore area, Givenchy to me looks just a little bit smoother, like my pores look a little smoother. I have not used any primer, just so I can truly get a sense of how these foundations wear. Let me go finish up my makeup. I'm gonna keep it quite simple, just so we can see the foundation, and I'll show you the finished look. The makeup is all done. I kind of try to keep the base quite simple. For concealer, I use my Westman Atelier concealer in M2. I put literally just a dot there, and probably around my nose, I think. And I did set it with my old Givenchy loose powder. I set just like the T-zone pretty much. So that's the combo. For a bronzer, I used a little bit of my Armani Luminous Silk in the shade 100. Blush is Haus Labs in Hibiscus Haze. I wanted to use a matte blush. That way you know, the blush won't show the glow. So it's just a foundation. I don't have any highlighter on. On the eyes, I have, oh, where is it? This Dior palette. This is the Smokey Essential palette. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. I have just a little bit of that. And then on the lips, we have this duo. This is Wonderskin lip liner in Saddle with the Merit in Classic. So that's what we have on. I forgot to mention the mascara. It is a new one. I've been testing it out for probably a week and I am in love. This is the new mascara from Kofi. I don't even know if it's available yet. If it's not, I will let you guys know when it is available. This was sent to me, but this is a tubing mascara and it gives the most beautiful lashes. They're full, they're intense, but they're not clumpy. I have been loving this so much and it does not smudge. Thanks to heavens. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm going to leave it here just in case it's not available yet. But the foundations, what do you guys think? First impression to me, just like looking up close, is that they are so similar. They're just so incredibly similar from color, from application, the texture. There is obviously just a few differences here and there, but let's zoom you in so you can see up close. Here we have the Givenchy foundation. To me, this looks just a little bit more blurring and smooth. It's very little, but I do notice it mostly from far away. Not so much from up close, but from far away, like when I look at my screen, I feel like this looks a little bit smoother. And then here is the Guerlain. To me, the Guerlain looks a little bit more natural and glowy at the same time. Like it just looks like I don't really have foundation on. I just have like a glowy moisturizer. And you can definitely see that this is glowier. You can see kind of the glow here. Again, none of these are powder except the under eyes. And this is the glow from the YSL. Not the YSL, the Givenchy. I've been messing that up, just so you guys know. I've been editing probably that out. But yeah, these are the foundations side by side. What do you guys think? I think they both look absolutely beautiful. They mesh into the skin really well. Without a primer, I feel like they both look well. Really pretty over the pore area, which I usually have to use a pore filling primer, but I'm actually surprised how good the matches are, like the color matches. They work really well. So these are the two foundations. I feel like there's not much else that I can say about it. They both feel nice. They both seem to have kind of set down similarly. Maybe there's just a little bit of a, not wetness, but like maybe it doesn't feel matte, you know, it just feels a little bit moisturizing, but it doesn't feel tacky or anything like that. So let's see how these wear throughout the day, and I'm excited. I think they're both absolutely stunning foundations, to be honest. I've been testing them out, like I mentioned, and I think they're gorgeous. That's it for now. I will see you guys in some natural check-ins. First checking in natural light, and it's been maybe a couple hours since I recorded. And this is how the foundations look like. Let's zoom you in. This side right here is the Givenchy, and this one is the Guerlain. I actually had no idea. I had to go back to the footage and look at it because I could not remember for the life of me which one was which. And the one with the nose ring, that is the Guerlain. So here you can see the glow of the Guerlain. It definitely has more glow than the Givenchy, in my opinion. I think they're both gorgeous. In natural light and just looking in the mirror behind me, I feel like the Givenchy looks just a little bit smoother, whereas the Guerlain gives a little bit more glow, but they are very similar. Like I was just staring at the mirror behind me and I was like, okay, I want to see every difference, and they look very similar in person. The pores look good. They're both stunning, honestly. The colors look very, very similar. I think the Guerlain looks a little brighter, but I think that's just a reflection of the light. But yeah, what do you guys think? I think they both look beautiful. Nothing has really changed. I do feel like I may need to powder later in the day because they are both quite glowy, but they're beautiful. So far, I love them. Second check-in in natural light, and it has been a couple extra hours, and let's zoom you in. I was looking in the mirror right before. This is the Givenchy, and then here is the Guerlain. And I kind of felt like the Guerlain was looking extra smooth. Here is the Guerlain. And then the Givenchy. The pores. I will say this side of my face that has the Givenchy has extra kind of lines and texture. Like this is a strong line I have right here. And then some extra texture that I don't have on this side. And it is, what time is it now? It is 3:20. So it's been on for some hours. We are going to the zoo. So we're putting these foundations to the test. Just wish me luck. I am so tired. I already had my second coffee of the day, but I still like both of these foundations. I think they look beautiful. They are very luminous, glowy, but they're still on. I think they're so stunning. Which one do you guys like better? I don't know which one I like better. In the beginning, I was surely the Givenchy looks just smoother, mainly in person. But the more I look at it, maybe I like the Guerlain better. Maybe I like them the same. I'm not sure yet. We're going to see at the end of the day. I have more experience with the Givenchy. I've had it for longer and have been able to test it out. So I know that foundation a little bit better. But yeah, this is the update on these two foundations. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in just a little bit. It is almost 9 o'clock at night, and I've had this makeup on pretty much all day. Went to the zoo, went for dinner. We've been just out and about. I even made it to the mall. And yeah, it's been a good day to test these foundations. And I have to say that both sides look flawless. It doesn't look like I've been walking around in, I would say 74 degrees. I think it was about 74 today outside, and that I've been with 4 kids around me, climbing, playground, zoo, you know, all of that. I feel like my foundation still looks very, very put together. It did get glowier throughout the day, but I haven't powdered once. These foundations have not been touched, have not been powdered. Actually, I haven't touched my makeup except a lip, and I just put a lip on because I bought something from Sephora. I bought the new Refi lip sculptors. They reformulated, and that's what I have on. I like them. I've always liked that formula though. So yeah, I think the foundations look great. Let's zoom you in. Here is the Guerlain foundation. You can kind of see it up close. It is glowier in my opinion, but it is still so smooth. Nothing has really moved. And I think it's beautiful. Do I feel like I could use some powder now? Yes, mostly in the T-zone. But I'm just so impressed of how smooth and good it looks. And this is the Givenchy side. I have to say that I think the Guerlain overall wore a little bit better. I feel like the foundation is still in place. Like I don't see any patchiness or anything like that. Let me look up close real quick. All my mirrors are so dirty. Honestly, looking really up close, I think the Givenchy is just a little bit smoother right here and around the pore area. But I do think the Guerlain overall is all there. Like I don't feel like anything has faded. It's just glowier, right? The foundation definitely looks like it's been on my face all day long, but it's still all day. If I take just a little bit of powder my T-zone, I could continue wearing this foundation and feel very comfortable, both of them. The only thing that I see some movement is maybe right here, but again, it could be that I just rubbed my face there as well. But wow, even the chin area looks so smooth. Guys, these foundations are almost the same exact thing. They both got glowier throughout the day, but nothing excessive and oily. Just remember the studio lights, what I am in right now, will always make the foundation look glowier than it is in real life. So all the glow that you see, just think that it's just less than that. But yeah, I don't know which one I like better, guys. I feel like they are so similar. Initially, I liked the YSL better. I thought it was just more blurring and smooth. But at the moment, I'm kind of leaning towards the Guerlain. Maybe wore a little bit better, but it is a little too glowy right now where I want to powder it down. Yeah, I don't know. They both look almost identical. My first instinct was the Givenchy because putting this on was just so smooth and blurring, and I think in person you see that smoothness much more than you see on camera. I've been editing the video already. I just need to put this outro, and I may even make it live tonight because everything's ready. So on camera I feel like this didn't look as smooth and as blurring as you see it just day to day. Even Andrew commented on this foundation that wow, your skin looks just so smooth. So I'm leaning towards this for that. But if you like a glow with extreme longevity, this Guerlain is fabulous. So I truly don't know which one I like more. I think they're both wonderful. Maybe find a good shade. They are very, very similar. Those are the two foundations that I've been loving lately and testing out that I think are fabulous new releases. I feel like they up the bar in the quality of their foundations. So I am loving it. If you're looking for a glowy kind of medium coverage foundation, any one of these will be perfect for you. Just find a good shade and they are fabulous. So that's it for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.